Friday.
I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Wall Street soaring higher after 169 points to a new all-time high. The Nasdaq up 795, the S&P up 123.
It is 4 o'clock. From ABC News, Lindsay Davis, anchor prime streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. World leaders are gathering in the French Alps for the G7 summit. It's the first time leaders have met since the start of the U.S.-Iran war. President Trump signaled a peace agreement between the U.S. and Iran could be finalized by the end of the week. The president, while meeting with France's leader, says the deal would extend the ceasefire for 60 days, reopen the Strait of Hormuz, and talks will begin on Iran's nuclear program.
The main thing is that Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. They fully agreed to that.
What's up, my brother?
President Trump also spoke about Ukraine and Russia, saying both sides appear ready to end hostilities. Russia carried out a deadly attack in Ukraine's capital. President Zelensky says Russian drones struck an 11th century Christian Orthodox monastery, which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. ABC's Tom Sufi Burge says Russia is claiming without evidence that a U.S.-made Patriot air defense missile was responsible.
The simple fact is that Russia fired hundreds of drones at the Ukrainian capital overnight, dozens of missiles. Ukraine certainly did use Patriot interceptors to shoot down some of those missiles, but the idea that one of these malfunctioned and hit the cathedral itself is very hard to believe.
The New York Knicks are still celebrating after beating the San Antonio Spurs in Game 5, becoming the NBA champs for the first time in more than 50 years. New York City's Mayor Zohran Mamdani announced the Knicks will be honored with a ticker-tape parade this Thursday. Mamdani also addressed pockets of violence and dozens of arrests following the Knicks win.
There were a select number of New Yorkers who celebrated in a way that was frankly unacceptable. It was not celebration, it was an excuse, whether it be to attack someone around them or to be violent, even towards our police officers.
The mayor says the city is taking every precaution to ensure the parade is safe. Crowds will line the famed Canyon of Heroes to celebrate the win and their favorite players. You're listening to ABC News.
Did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? But
What's up, everybody? SubX.News on the spot reporting. You got the migrants taking over the 7-Eleven over here now. Here, I'll show you. They're back again, right? These are the door dashers, but the point is what? See that there? So they sit at the restaurant tables, right? And then you got the drug dealers sitting at the 7-Eleven. So if you're walking around here and you want to sit down with your family, you want to go to a store, you get either accosted by somebody that wants drug money or trying to sell drugs, right? Or you got a bunch of guys sitting around taking over the seats, right? So what do? Say, get off? That's the problem there, right? The city don't do nothing about it. They allow it, so that's the way it is. So you have to fix the government, and getting rid of Brandon Johnson's not the only problem.
4:03 Monday, the 15th day of June. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us and tuning in. I'm Lisa Fielding. We have 75 degrees, partly sunny skies. It's been a gorgeous day today. Plenty of sunshine, pleasant temperatures in the 70s. Comfortable tonight, a low of 58. Could get some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow with a high again in the mid-70s. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 4:15. But first, Cook County prosecutors have dropped charges against 2 men accused in connection with a fire that killed a Chicago firefighter back in 2023. The story from WBBM's Haley Hansen.
39-year-old Nicholas Virgil and 49-year-old Anthony Moore had been facing multiple charges in connection with the death of Jermaine Pelt. The firefighter, also 49, died while battling a fire in the West Pullman neighborhood. It was later determined that blaze had been set intentionally. Charges against both Virgil and Moore were dropped last week, days before a jury trial was set to begin. In a response, the Cook County State's Attorney's Office says its commitment to seeking justice for Pelt remains, quote, unwavering. Haley Hansen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson joined residents and local leaders today for the groundbreaking of the so-called Re-Up development project happening on the city's south side.
Sitting vacant for more than a decade, the property at 59th and Racine in Englewood will be the home of the Resident Association of Greater Englewood, or RAGE headquarters, and will serve as a business hub for the community. Mayor Johnson at a groundbreaking ceremony says the mixed-use development project will bring more resources.
And more importantly, it will be a community-centered business hub that is featuring Black-owned retail businesses, restaurants, offices, and community spaces. Because investing in Black is not a criminal act. In fact, investing in Black is the act of God.
He says the project, driven by rage, reflects the vision, determination, and organization power of Inglewood residents. The city is investing $2.5 billion through a Neighborhood Opportunity Fund grant. Mallory Vorbroker, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
On this 14th anniversary of DACA, Representative Delia Ramirez and other members of Congress championing a bill to make it easier for DACA recipients to become U.S. citizens.
It's been 14 years since Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, was announced. But local representatives say dreamers are still forced to live with uncertainty because Congress has failed to act. That's why Representative Delia Ramirez and other members of Congress gathered for a field hearing in Humboldt Park.
We have to win a pathway to citizenship. It is why I am proud to co-lead the Dream and Promise Act, which would provide a pathway to citizenship to dreamers and CPS holders. Because home is here, and each of our immigrant neighbors are part of the fabric of our nation.
Several DACA recipients also spoke at the hearing, including Melanie, whose grant expires in September.
Every day that goes by, I am scared. Even after doing everything right, making plans for the future is difficult when the stability of your life depends on court decisions, processing delays, and political debates beyond your control.
Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
After a shocking season-ending diagnosis, a University of Illinois basketball player says he's ready to return to the hardwood thanks to local surgeons.
U of I's Jason Jackson says before, during, and after a game against Maryland in late January.
I'm doing great, Marietta. Thanks for asking. It's Monday, June 15, 2026, 4:06 p.m. Let's listen to the rest of the news and then we'll figure out what we're going to do, huh?
Discoloration, that's kind of weird.
Testing determined the issue was a blood clot. Jackson was diagnosed with venous thoracic outlet syndrome, which happens when blood vessels or nerves are compressed between the collarbone and first rib.
In a moment of seconds, your season's over. So it's kind of unfortunate to hear that.
Surgeons at Northwestern Medicine then removed the 6'10 forward's first rib.
My first thought was, can I keep the rib? Because that's a cool thing to keep, but fortunately I couldn't.
A few weeks later, Jackson's resumed basketball activity, traveled with his teammates to the Final Four, and now says he's ready for summer workouts and the upcoming season.
It's a really exciting opportunity for me.
Andy Danes, Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The state of Illinois is promoting an awareness campaign to teach drivers about the so-called Dutch Reach. It's a maneuver that can help prevent accidents like the one that killed 35-year-old Riley O'Neill in the Bridgeport neighborhood earlier this month. O'Neill was a bicycle safety advocate and was riding in a bike lane when the driver of a parked car opened his car door, hit O'Neill, and he lost control and fell into a lane of traffic when he was hit by another passing semi. The Dutch Reach is a simple maneuver that requires drivers and passengers to use the hand furthest from the door when exiting the vehicle. This motion naturally causes a person to rotate their body and look over their shoulder, helping them to spot approaching cyclists, scooter riders, and pedestrians before opening that door. It's 4:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8th to the roads. And Neil Fiorito.
Really bad delays on the Eisenhower this afternoon. Outbound from Ashland Western, traffic is creeping along. A medical emergency in the two left lanes. Again, outbound 290.
Outbound 290, closed.
IDOT reminds you to move over. It's the law. It's not a game. 45 to Manheim. You're an hour 10 to drive out to the Jane Addams Tollway. An hour 15 in coming in from I-90. 44 in for Manheim. Sounds like we have a crash and a boxing match on the Stevenson inbound at Lamont Road. And that's heavy from I-355. Again, a fight going on following a crash. A lot to see on the Stevenson inbound at Lamont Road. 50 minutes in from the veterans, 30 minutes in from the Tri-State.
Lamont Road, I-55, there's a fight on the highway. 290 outbound by Ashland, there's a medical emergency.
Northwest Indiana, we have some big delays on 8094 getting into Indiana. Stop and go eastbound from the Ford to pass Burr. Stalled semi in the left lane, and emergency vehicles are dealing with a jackknife semi in the right lane, right in that area at Burr. The semi went off into the right ditch. Avoid it by using Ridge. Looking elsewhere on the expressways, Eden's coming in. You're about 43 minutes to the junction from Lake Cook Road. Head to the inbound at hour 3, going out 28 to Montrose. You save about 5 in the express lanes, 46 to drive out to O'Hare. Looking over on the Dan Ryan, 32 out, 17 in, 57 outbound, 18 and 30 on the outbound side of the Ford. Typical backups on DuSable Lakeshore Drive and on the tollways. No lane blockage problems. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report, 418. Right? News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
For tonight, patchy clouds and comfortable. A low of 58. Clouds and sun to start tomorrow. Otherwise, we've got some showers and heavy thunderstorms in the forecast for the afternoon.
What's up, Missy Door?
75. We've got 75 at O'Hare now, 77 in Aurora, 74 Lakefront. Stocks hit new records. The Dow hits a new record, up nearly 500. It's 410.
For many of us, it's happening. Your hair is thinning, your crown's disappearing. Hair loss can feel like identity theft. It's Bo Duran, and I've got good news. It's an incredible,
stop, look, and listen.
One-day treatment that starts...
That guy's seen me turning, and he stopped. Right? I thought these guys had their lights on, so it looked like they were looking for somebody, these guys. I guess not. So we'll go a little bit more. We'll go to Orleans and cut across. How about that? Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. It wasn't that bad. A little rainy, right? But hey, that's the way life goes, right? You gotta deal with the rain sometimes, huh? Let's go see what's going on. Right? Maybe we'll just throw on the radio and just go straight to the radio calls, right?
I'm making a red is 09236. 09236.
Well, straight into it. How about it? Don't fool around, huh?
4650 Adam?
Red Squad, outbound 290. 2 vehicles stalled in the right lane, blocking traffic. Can you notify that?
There you go.
Outbound 290, where?
Ashland, right?
Right after the Independence ramp on the left.
That's another crash.
Between Independence and Pulaski.
Another crash on I-290, this one outbound by Independence.
Eddie.
7383 Eddie.
Platform tag at Cermak.
Red and Cermak. It's going to be 09258. 09258.
A lot of bad stuff happening on the highway. Look at this. It's completely empty. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's Remote Monday today, right? They always say Mondays is Remote Monday, right?
I'm on Lakeshore Drive. Me and this have an auto accident. PD only. Lakeshore Drive southbound at 18th and Lakeshore Drive. It's supposed to be 3 vehicles, no injuries. The vehicles are all drivable. They're moving to 18th Street exit for safety. Got a gray Lexus.
3-car auto accident, Lakeshore Drive, southbound, 18th Street.
A Chevy Trax, Eddie John 47546, and a Ford Focus. Eddie Adam 86192. 212. Thank you. It is southbound, yes. Southbound on the drive at 18. I got you on route. Your number is 09277. 09277.
Condolences for your loss, Marion. It seems as we get older, we have more of those, right? Look at that. It's completely empty here. See that there?
3343.
And all the surface parking empty in downtown. See that there? That's the tell, right? The surface parking. See, it's all empty here, and it's
I just want to make sure I got your call number right. You said 3343.
See that there? It's a little bit taken up here, but you see some empty space here. But you're seeing all that.
Okay, that sounds better. Your number is going to be 09297. 09297. You're welcome.
We'll go down this street. Right? We'll go down LaSalle. We'll see what's happening in LaSalle today, right? Remember, you look at the street.
Okay, once again, you guys are cutting each other out.
Right?
Please listen to your radios.
And you can say, well, this and that. Well, if it's busy, you'd have cabs there, Ubers there, delivery drivers there, and you don't see any of that, right?
384 Adam.
Might fill up in a few years. We'll see.
Number at SubX, red line, please.
That number is 09312. 09312. 49 David 3.
Yes, ma'am. Can I get a drone deployment under UAS Adam Sam?
There was a lot of rain over the weekend, that's for sure. A lot. There's gonna be a lot of mosquitoes out. Make sure you have your mosquito repellent. But you heard there was a study that said
09320.
the mosquitoes get used to the repellent and actually attracts them.
Lincoln.
7383 Lincoln.
Number Edison, the red line, please.
Your number is going to be 09321. 09321. 7383 David.
Can I get a bed number for Rabbi Garfield 603?
This is going to be 09326. 09326.
Boy.
7387 boy.
Right, bound smelled from Western at 645 plus.
I'm sorry, what was that bus number one more time?
645.
Alright, your number is going to be 09335. 09335. 83 John. 7383 John. That's for Chicago red line. It's going to be 09340. 09340. All I'm hearing is a 31.
That's empty. And that one's empty. Four corners, two are empty. That means 50% vacancy.
34. 831 on Citywide 1. Yeah, I want to order a body removed. Yeah, you need to switch over to Citywide 2. B2 on the radio. Boy 2.
4:15 p.m. downtown Chicago, June 15, 2026.
Hey, Spark, can I get an event number for a blue line check at Clark and Lake?
Your number is going to be 09355. 09355.
7394.
It's completely empty, right? It's 4:15. It's completely empty. There ain't no. See the street parking there? It's completely empty. There's no cars parked on the whole block. 0 cars. There's no cars. See that there? None. There's no cars parked. 0 cars. There was 0 cars there on that block.
Hey, you need a number for Red Line Addison now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you gotta figure that out.
Your number is going to be 093-64-093-64.
And plus, a lot of that stuff is chemicals. It's probably not good for you. Those mosquito repellents. You know, 100 years ago they had mosquitoes, and I'm sure they had a way to get rid of them. It took a little bit, maybe some grass or some fruits or something that they used.
79 Boss Route, eastbound from Holstead, Boss 8345.
It's going to be 09373. 09373.
We might head to the west side. Supposedly there's a homicide out there. So I don't know what time it happened. I don't trust this one page anymore. When they post stuff, I don't trust him because he doesn't put the time. I once followed what this guy posted and it was 4 hours beforehand. You know what I mean? Now don't put the time. Don't put the date. That's not a good. That's not a good.
H1 or helicopter base on City 11?
Crime chaser. That's all I gotta say.
Helicopter base, citywide, go ahead.
I know you guys are in the middle of shift change, but I got a police helicopter request from, looks like this is on 12 at Pulaski and Gray and Pulaski. 2563 Charlie's looking for a hot car.
There you go.
Yeah, sir, we're not going to have a pilot until 6.
No pilot until 6? Okay, 10-4, I'll let the zone know.
10-4.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was also recipes for COVID. I had a good friend out in Oklahoma. I don't know what he worked with. He knew some of the stuff with the government. And we were talking when COVID broke out, and he said, you need to be careful. A lot of these medicines they're trying to give you, some of them are experimental. But if you get it, and I don't remember, it was 3 or 4 different pills. You said put it together. If you get it, just to knock it out. You'll still go through it, but it'll help knock it out faster. And I don't know what it was. It was 2 or 3 different medications, and when you put them together, it helps fight the symptoms and helps fight it faster. I remember me and my wife went to go buy a couple of them, and then since I think it had I don't know what a acetaminophen or something in there that if you buy 2 packages of it, they flag you for the DEA. So because I think you can make meth out of it or something. I don't know what. I think you can make some chemicals out of it, right? Some drugs. So I think we bought some, and then we went to the other Walgreens to buy some more, and then they said, "Oh, you bought this at the last store. You blah blah blah. You're blocked or something like that." It's kind of wild.
7383.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do. You know.
7383 Frank.
Roosevelt Red Line, please. Can I get an event number?
Your number is going to be 09422. 09422.
We're going to go check out this homicide, right? There's a homicide on the west side right now. I don't know when it happened. Let me double check the time here. Like I said, I don't trust this other page. Yeah, see, See, I just looked it up. Some guy just posted, oh, there was just a homicide on the west side, when it wasn't. It happened at 12:45. So I was ready to go out there because I think he's timely, right? And he's not. And he always does that. He doesn't put the date. He doesn't put the time. That's just bad reporting. That's just bad reporting, man. And the guy don't learn, man. You can't teach people like that. That's why I start off my broadcast date and time. And I put on the news so you can know where I'm at, what I'm doing. Yeah, it's hard to teach people that. They'll never get in. That's the basic of reportings. Who, what, when, where, and then the last one, if you can get to why. But usually when you do the crime chase, you just don't get into the why stuff. Unless you talk to people on the street or you see some things that are there, right? But yeah, if you're not putting the date and the time. So like I said, I was right about to go to this crime scene because I seen somebody else posted it on Twitter, and it's 4 hours old. And the guy just posted. It's like, really? And it just... people don't know to learn the basic stuff, and that's why they can't get out of whatever they're into, right? You know, if you want to move to the next level, you need to start taking care of whatever you need to take care of, right? Like me and Marietta, we want to do a podcast. We have an idea, we kind of got a concept, but I'm not ready, and I don't know if she is. She's ready. I'm not, because I don't have the things in my head what I want to do yet. And so I don't want to do it, because I don't want to do something that's not right? You kind of get what I'm trying to say? Working on your car, you're going to take apart your car, you don't have the parts or you don't have the tools. It doesn't make a sense. So that's what I see a lot of stuff happening around, whether it's on the internet, whether it's in the government, whatever it is, and you can see there's things that are missing, right? It's like, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I guess I was lucky. I went through a certain training when I was younger, and then when I went to school to learn my field, vocational ed, you don't start a job until you have all the tools and all the procedures ready, right? And if you don't have it, you don't do it. Just walk away. Don't do it. Simple. It's simple stuff. You don't go cutting down a tree if you got, some handsaw, right? That don't even make no sense. You're going to get hurt. You have to have certain things to cut down the tree. That's the point I'm trying to make here, right? And if you start doing it, one, you're probably not going to be successful. Second, you might get hurt. Third, you might hurt somebody else. So you don't do those kinds of things, right? That's the idea. So the reason I'm saying this is, like I said, I was right about to go do something. I seen somebody said something happened, and then I looked, and it happened 4 hours ago, right? It is what it is. And there's not too much you can do, right? That's how people learn a certain way, and they can't unlearn it. And that's the bad part of it, right? And I'm getting older. Maybe 20 years ago, I didn't mind it, and I would have a little more patience. I got some patience now, but I'm not into that. I mean, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. It's not too much I'm going to do for you. You know what I'm talking about?
738, 74.
So we're going to go up there. We're going to go check out the South Loop spot. Maybe we'll go up through downtown. We're taking different routes, doing different things, right? See what's going on.
Going through rolling meadows in Palatine because of ongoing work. The outbound Eisenhower travel time is 42 about an hour 15, 40 minutes in from Mannheim. Stevenson going out 44 to the tri-state, just about an hour to 3:55, 52 minutes to drive in. South side, the Dan Ryan about 35 out and 16 inbound. 57 going out 18, 27 on the outbound 4, just 15 to drive in. No major headlines on your tollways. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report, 438. News Radio 1059, WBBM.
75 degrees at 429.
Your number is 09486. 09486.
America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. To deliver more for you.
7363.
Dial pound 9 or give me 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
At Elmhurst University, we give you the tools to soar. Whether you're undecided on your future, exploring a new path, or
Your number is 09488. 09488.
support, skills, and opportunities as limitless as you are. Go beyond with a community of care and support. Do more with knowledge that's timeless. It all starts at Elmhurst. Go far, do well. Start today at elmhurst.edu.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 1059 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
4:30, good afternoon. I'm Lisa Fielding. Thanks for joining us today. Here are the top stories on News Radio WBBM. A Plainfield man faces hate crime charges after police say he called a 9-year-old boy a racial slur before pushing him.
This is Andy Dane. Authorities in northwest Indiana sharing details of a major gun bust.
Road closures begin around the Obama Presidential Center. Increased traffic expected ahead of its official opening on Friday. Plus, California's governor says the Trump administration has opened an investigation into he and his wife. Sports, Cubs are off ahead of a series with the Yankees. Cubs host the Rockies. In business,
big gains on Wall Street as the U.S. reaches a deal with Iran. The Dow shooting up
harm reduction is out
469 points to a new all-time high. The Nasdaq up 795. The S&P up 123. I'm Tom Busby, Bloomberg.
Right now we've got sunny skies, beautiful 75 degrees at 4:31. A Plainfield man facing several charges for allegedly yelling a racial slur at a child in Naperville over the weekend.
Jeffrey Feigenbaum was released from custody with conditions following his first court appearance Sunday. According to the DuPage County State's Attorney's Office, the daughter of Feigenbaum's girlfriend damaged a 9-year-old's fort Saturday. When the child went to confront the girl at her home, the 29-year-old Feigenbaum reportedly yelled a racial slur at the boy, pushed him, and then threw his bike. Feigenbaum's next court appearance is scheduled for July 13th. Haley Hansen, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Authorities in Northwest Indiana say one person is in jail after a recent gun bust.
The LaPorte County Sheriff's Office and the county's drug task force is ongoing criminal investigation involving search of a home.
I'm a mass transit unit if I have anyone near the Green Line at 35th Street, 16 East 35th Street, 16 East 35.
Authorities say 6 different
Diamond's calling about a domestic, said the ex-boyfriend, male black boy in a white jacket, gray joggers, white shoes, is following her. He's currently on the platform.
Sheriff Ronald Heath
She's
says
at
the
street
effort
level, no weapons,
demonstrates the importance
drugs,
of
or alcohol
proactive
involved. I
enforcement
got no
efforts
friends.
and strong partnerships among law enforcement agencies. Andy Dane, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Well, if you're traveling near Jackson Park this week, expect more traffic restrictions as the Obama Presidential Center prepares to open.
Additional street closures and parking restrictions took effect this morning around the Presidential Center on Chicago's south side. City officials are encouraging vendors to use public transit and allow extra travel time ahead of opening events. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 1059.
About 22% of registered voters in suburban Cook County cast ballots in the March primary. As WBBM's Nancy Adams for the first time in the governor's race, more than half of the ballots were cast before Election Day.
Almost 197 voters in suburban Cook chose to vote by mail, early, or during grace period registration. Deputy Clerk of Elections Edmund Michalowski tells us his office had some work to do to help with one of those groups.
One of the challenges with this last election is that people registered for the permanent vote by mail, and when they did that, they were not with the party. Didn't vote by mail because they chose to not get a primary ballot.
Other details from the clerk's report include the average age of a suburban voter in the primary was 58.7 years, and more women voted than men. In Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
To California, where Governor Gavin Newsom says President Trump has ordered the Justice Department to investigate him and his wife. The nature of the investigation unclear, but in a video posted on X, Newsom said federal agents in recent days have been knocking on the doors of his friends and employees asking for records, and Newsom gives his take on the president's motives.
Donald Trump isn't just coming after me because of my mean tweets. He's coming after me because I'm considering running for president. Because he hates that I've consistently called him out over and over again for his lies and deceit.
Sources familiar with the matter tell ABC News that investigators in California started looking into the texts of Newsom's wife last year. Well, an initial agreement between the U.S. and Iran to extend their shaky ceasefire is inching toward a formal signing despite lingering questions.
Iran will be discussed at the G7 summit in France. President Trump has arrived after an agreement was reached to end the conflict with Iran.
It was signed, the deal's all signed, and the strait is already partially opened. As you know, they're doing a little hunting for a couple of mines that they've already found. But it's essentially ships are starting to go out now. On Friday, it'll be completely open.
Pakistan says there will be a signing of an agreement Friday. The president says Iran's leadership played a role in the agreement.
As you know, the first set is gone, the second set is gone, and we found the third set to be very smart, strong, very smart, but we ended up making a deal.
The president hopes this will be a good new relationship with Iran.
And if we don't, we go back to where we started, but I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Among the challenges ahead is whether Israel will continue its offensive in Lebanon. Ed Donahue, Washington.
And an Air Force B-52 bomber crashed shortly after takeoff from Edwards Air Force Base in California today. We know that emergency crews responded to the scene, but any more details are not yet available. Coming up in a minute, low gas prices, traffic, and weather together. It's 4:36.
At U.S. Waterproofing, when we're called to fix a basement water problem, we get it fixed right. And we'll treat your home with the same care and attention we give our own. Schedule your free consultation.
I'm going to go see what these guys are about in a second. Fatal crash, 44th and Pulaski.
Your dreams to life, 1 gallon at a time. Stop by your local Menards.
Credit Tom Ramos.
Project started today.
Lowest gas prices from News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Sponsored by PetrolFord.com and PetrolFord Pledge. It's your assurance that the low price you see online and in stores, the low price you'll pay with no hidden fees. And Joliet, the Citgo of gas and drugs has gas at $3.70 a gallon. Unlike the Citgo and St. Charles and Russell has gas at $8.79 as well. You see a lower price? Give us a call, 312-409-4277. Coming up,
This is Carolina Garibay. A toddler from Schaumburg could break a Guinness World Record next year.
4:38, that story's coming up. But first, traffic sponsored by AdventNows.com. How are the roads, Neil?
Not good in northwest Indiana and Michigan City. You're on the brakes on I-94 westbound, passing US 20.
You know, Jim's is moving to East Pilsen,
right? There's a crash in the already busy work zone, and now you're down to 1 lane because of it. Thanks for all the calls. As always, the WBBM Mercedes-Benz of Often States traffic tip line 855-780 road. On the tollways, we have delays on the Tri-State southbound from the Irving Park toll to Ogden, and then a delay from I-80 to past Halstead. Heavy traffic on the northbound Tri-State, Ogden to 290, and from the Mile Long Bridge as you make your way to 95th. We're looking at the Jane Addams on the westbound side. Slow traffic from 53 to Roselle, and delays on the Reagan eastbound from Route 83 to the northbound Tri-State ramp, where you squeeze into 1 lane on that ramp. The Veterans Tollway
Let's go check out
southbound on
what
the
these
brakes from
guys
Lake
are
Street to North Avenue and Butterfield. The 63rd. Delays on Route 53 in the northwest suburbs because of ongoing construction. Delays in the southwest suburbs on I-80 westbound. Roadwork Briggs to Larkin and eastbound slowing in spots from LaGrange Road to I-57. The expressways at Eden's coming in 42 minutes. No delays outbound. You're at 15 in Lake Road. You're on the brakes on the Kennedy inbound spots. We're coming under the Lake Charles Street Road. You're north Avenue. We're staying pretty active in the Chamber interchange. 1 hour in, 48 to drive by.
All right, let's go get some lemonade. What do you guys say, huh? Let's go see what these guys are up to.
255 and 52 in. The Dan Ryan is 30 minutes out. Not bad coming inbound. The Ford is heavy in the work zone.
What's he doing? What was Chewy doing?
Standard delays on the South Lake Shore.
Let me go real quick so I don't get a ticket here, right? Car's locked. Let's go get a lemonade, right? Let me clean this up a little bit. Get one of those lemonades. How about that? Is that all right? I drive around here doing internet stuff, so I've seen your sign. What are you guys working with? What are you guys working
church.
with? Oh, there you go, church.
Jesus Christ, and we're
That's
just
all
doing
right.
it in the name of Jesus. Just
There you
showing
go.
people that we love them and we'd like to share Jesus with them.
You want to say something on the internet? I'm on the internet live. I didn't put you on it. You want to say something on the internet?
Well, not
Or no?
really.
No?
Not really. I have a face for radio.
How about one of these ladies here?
That would be wonderful.
You want to say what you're doing here and tell people when you're going to be out here? Go ahead.
from the side.
Right, go ahead. Tell them how to get a hold of you, how to get a hold of your ministry.
Right. We just come to proclaim Jesus, free lemonade, and we pray for people. And we are at the Church of our best. We give best invitation. We give the Bible for them to read, just to tell them about Jesus, that Jesus loves you, and come and have fun with Jesus.
There you go. And how often do you do this ministry? You know, just once in a while?
We do it once in a while. Actually, this group will come from Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, really?
Almighty Cross Baptist Church.
Wow,
Under
cool.
the leadership of Pastor Jim Collins.
Excellent. I'll take one of those Bibles. I can always use one in my truck. Why not? I always got to make sure that I'm on the right path, you know? Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. So how long are you going to be out here today?
Until 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. If you want to meet these guys, talk to them about the Bible and God, get a little lemonade, pass on the Spirit, right? Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you, all right? Thank you. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you. Thank you. And that's me right there.
SubX.News.
There we go. I do all the gritty stuff.
Is it on YouTube?
It's everywhere.
Okay.
Just everywhere, yeah.
SubX.News.
I'm everywhere. So take it easy, everybody. Thank you for the lemonade. Thank you for the Bible. Appreciate you guys. You're doing a great job, okay? There you go. We need more of this. Every corner. Every corner. Thank you, guys. There you go, man. Doing some gospel stuff here. Work of the Lord. See that? You stop by and you figure out what's going on. Oh yeah, there was it's the anniversary of DACA or something like that. That's what it was. There you go. I got a Bible in my truck now. See that? Got me a lemonade. Oh yeah, and it's delicious lemonade. There, I got me a Bible. There you go. I don't know what it is. I don't know which church it is. It don't matter. The Bible's the Bible. Right? There you go. You get out, you talk to people, right? And you figure out what's going on. People don't bite. Some of them do. Alright, where are we going next? Oh man, that was pretty good, huh? Alright, let's move on, right? They need to put those Bibles on every corner. Maybe get some of these people getting on the right path. There ain't nothing wrong with God. look at Ms. Didor. She's like, man, Kugler's into everything, man. He even does the Bible. Hell yeah, we do. Why not? Help me. God help me get out of my mess. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here, but for the grace of God. Sometimes I don't remember that, and I get a little self-righteous and think that I can do whatever I want, and I remember, and God reminds me and goes, yeah, I'm in charge. Missy Door's like, oh man, I hope John don't start his preaching stuff. Sometimes I do some preaching too. There they are, right? They're over on this side too. See that there? So they're on both sides here. It's pretty cool, huh? That's what you do, right? You do a little preaching, right? A little praying. Look, if 1 out of 10 people get the gospel and they're saved, then that's one person that can help with the other 9. That's how I figure it, right? What do I always say about SubX? We don't look for followers, we're looking for leaders. We want leaders. People who aren't afraid, right?
14 West 95, I got a single ticket of shots fired from a female caller. Female caller says she heard 1 shot fired outside.
Alright, we're gonna go back into the bowels of the...
We didn't hear anything, but we'll take a look around.
I don't know what this is.
7383, okay, I'll put that event on you. The last 5 is 09653. 09653.
I don't know what this is here. The Gospel of Mark. I don't know what church this is. Whatever. Read this first. See what Bible this is. Now you guys got me reading my Bible and driving. Look at this. I got the Bible open. It's in my hand. See that there? I want to read it. I like reading the Bible. It's all right. It's a long book. You can read it a long time. Read it slowly. Read it thoughtfully. Read it responsibly. And read it prayerfully. There you go. You want to see this? Prayer to use before reading Mark. Right? I guess this is the book. The Gospel of Mark. I guess this is what this is. I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know if you ever heard of that. The Gospel of Mark. That's what this says. Right? Lord, please help me as I read Mark's Gospel. Help me to understand why what he has written is good news. Help me to understand who Jesus is and what he achieved. Help me to understand the parts that I find difficult. And above all, help me to respond to Jesus in the right way. That's a good message. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a great message there. Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't believe in God or you don't believe in religions and all of that. Yeah, sorry, this might not be the page for you. Yeah. We believe in that stuff. We believe everybody has a right to their own God. Pray how they want to. But you gotta pray to something. Because one day, you're going to have to figure that out, and that day might be too late. There's a cop car right in back of me right now. Let's see if he's coming up this way. Yeah, there's a cop car coming up this way. Let me park over here. An undercover car. There's an undercover coming right now.
Item. Number 3, station check at Clark and Lake.
There you go.
Sure, your number is going to be 09714. 09714.
Alrighty, okay, James. James is like, okay, grab your Bible next time you use a cuss word, right, James? You're funny, James. Yeah, man, you're right. You're right. You are right. You are correct. You are correct. I'm not going to argue with you, James.
7387 boy.
Bus ride eastbound on Roosevelt from Holman.
I appreciate you. Thank you, James. Thank you for that. And you're right. You're right.
Alright, I got you going eastbound on Roosevelt from Holman.
Is that a Bible verse or is that just a saying? Left to our own devices, right? If I'm left to do the way I want to feel, the way I want to think, and what I want to do, that's what I'm doing. What I want to do. That's the point. That's that message. Right, there you go, right? What am I doing to help that guy out? Right there. That guy there. They're all over, right? What am I doing? Am I doing something to help that situation out? That's what I always have to be thinking, right? What am I doing? What's up, Amy?
Now tomorrow we'll have more clouds around, but still some sunshine at times. There will be a couple of showers.
But left to my own device.
Yeah, above location. Yeah, 521 North State, real line Grand.
521 North State.
384. Do not have anyone at the Grand Station at this time. 84, I'm going to kick it back to the zone, okay? Thank you.
Oh, what's up, Marquis? Is it Marquis? Is that how you pronounce that? Mark or Marquis? Thank you. Appreciate you. Hey, I'm sorry you tune in and you hear me reading the Bible. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but hey, that's the way we go. That's the way we roll on SubX. We do what we need to do to take care of ourselves and the people around us. Sometimes it's the Bible. Sometimes we complain a little bit, like James says. James just said if you complain a little bit, just think about the Bible. So that's what we do here, right? There you go. If you want to see. Hey, what are we doing to help these guys out there, right? What are you doing? See those cardboard boxes out there? Right there. There's a bunch of people living in cardboard boxes right there. There's a State Street. You'll see it. Right there. Those are cardboard boxes right there, man. Those are cardboard boxes right there. See that there? That's cardboard right there. Those are good people. I know those guys. They know me. Maybe there used to be a preacher that was here for the migrants. I met him. I got him preaching the Bible over here. I don't know what church he was with, but he used to come here to the migrants area and he used to preach every Tuesday. He used to give out food. It was good food, and he used to preach. Really cool thing. The guys are out here at the divvy station. You want to see these guys? There's a bunch of guys. They should put the church right here, man. Well, that's a big drug spot where they were giving out them Bibles, so they're doing a good job there, right? Here, I'll show you this, right? There you go, right? Right here. They're out right there, you'll see.
7362. 7362.
There you go, right? There's a bunch of dudes out here, right? See that there? There's a bunch of guys right there. See that there?
One more time. Clear from okay, I have you clear.
There's a bunch of guys right there, you see them? That's the way life goes, right? That's what did I tell the preachers? I said, you can be on every corner.
45 miles by the inside.
Every corner you could be on in the city of Chicago. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, that one? It is what it is. I mean, there's going to be a presidential center. And I'm glad they built it. Do I agree with the architecture? Yeah, whatever.
Around for that single collar shot fired. Now I'm getting a bat just occurred at 15 West 95. Red line 97. It's a cell phone caller. No name. Said males are fighting. Then he hung up.
Yeah, it's the presidential library. We got it. So that's good.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's money. It's built. And will there be gentrification? Will there be gentrification? Will people be pushed out of their homes? Maybe, maybe not. Will it create jobs? Probably not that many. What did they say, about 100? And those are only service, basically, jobs. There's somebody up there got hurt. This is where the suicide was. Remember, there was a video here in the morning, I guess. The girl jumped off of the parking garage. That's what happened. Hope so. Hope she wasn't pushed. I mean, you can disagree with architecture. I don't know if it fits the area because it's more classical down there. That's a classical style from the 1933 World Exposition, I think. That's where the museums came from that time. It was actually down there, I think it was called the White City. Everything was pure white to reflect purity and Greece and Rome and all of that kind of stuff, I think. See those guys? They're just hanging around doing nothing there. You see those two guys throwing stuff? There's a lot of that here. I'll be honest with you, I wanted the Lucas Museum here too. To me, you see this? It's all empty here, look. Look, watch. Empty, empty, empty. They got some weed shop going up, but weed don't do nothing, man. Weed shops don't produce anything. It's a service. See all these empty stores here? See all the empty stores here? Yeah, I'll take 10 Obama libraries if it brings business. I'm into business. I think it's a business thing, right? Do I agree with the architecture? Do I agree with some of his policies? Yeah, whatever, you know. I voted for Obama. I liked him. I liked his ideas. I don't think it was too wishy-washy. He was liberal, but he was not that. He killed Osama bin Laden, didn't he? Didn't he kill that guy? He did some stuff. He was the first one to do those missiles and kill people. That was him. That was President Obama. President Clinton was the first one to bomb another. It was not the first one, but he was the first one to bomb a country without a war, declaration of war. That was Yugoslavia. And you gotta look at some of these Democrats. They call them hawks, right? War hawks. Just because they're Democrat, that don't mean they don't do wars. But yeah, I mean, I wanted the Lucas Museum. I think that was a missed opportunity there. So imagine we have the Obama Center there, had the Lucas Museum at the old hospital campus. I mean, that whole lakefront would have been something. And then put a few more hotels up and down the lakefront. Bring in a couple 100 million people here. I don't know. Bring the tourists. If we don't have the factories anymore and we don't have the businesses like we do now, look at downtown. It's empty. It's 4:57 p.m., right? There ain't nobody here. It's 5 o'clock. Yeah, the city needs leadership. And look, we can debate the architecture and we can debate Obama's policies, right? We can debate those and you can call them good or bad. But in the end, it's like Trump Tower. It's a building. It goes up. A building creates jobs. A building has to have maintenance. That's it. That's the way I see it. It's something for the economy. Does it affect the people who live there? I believe it will. I think people get pushed out of the neighborhood, but hey, that's why you got to organize. You got to get your block clubs together. You got to go to your CAPS meetings. You got to know your local aldermen and unelect them or remove them from office if they don't listen. Anything that's built in the neighborhood's good, as long as it's not pushing people out and pushing businesses out. That's the way I see it. And that's what the controversy, I think, is with the Obama Center, right? There's something going on. That's right. The lady just fell out there, it looks like. Looks like it happened in this building, right? We're over on Monroe and Wacker. Medical emergency ambulance 41. There you go. So we've seen truck one over there by Van Buren and Dearborn, right?
Adam. 88 Adam. Can I get a number for O'Hare, please?
So this is the second one we're seeing today, right?
75 degrees at 5 o'clock. From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The G7 summit underway in the French Alps. President Trump and world leaders meeting for the first time since the Iran war broke out.
EMS
President
over
Trump
here
telling reporters that the U.S. and Iran memorandum of understanding is signed digitally and will be finalized Friday.
There's also a fire truck one down by Van Buren and Dearborn.
Would reopen the Strait of Hormuz and lift the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports, a return to the status quo before the war. It opens a 60-day window to negotiate the end of the war and Iran's nuclear program.
President Trump, while meeting with France's leader today, says he thinks the U.S. can also bring an end to the war in Ukraine.
We had a very good conversation yesterday with President Zelensky and President Putin, and I see maybe we can do something there. I really do. I think they're both open to it. So, now that this is finished, we're going to be focusing on that, see if we can get that one done.
Following that call overnight, Russia launching a massive drone attack in Ukraine's capital. Ukrainian officials say striking a historic Christian monastery. Russia claimed without evidence that a U.S.-made Patriot air defense missile was responsible for the damage. In Missouri, federal aviation regulators are starting their investigation into Sunday's plane crash outside Kansas City. The pilot and 11 skydivers killed when the plane went down shortly after takeoff. NTSB Vice Chair Michael Graham talked about the FAA's decision in 2021 to adopt certain safety measures following a similar crash, including appropriate training, assurances of weight, and operational guidelines.
When you jump on an airliner, you expect a certain amount of safety with the great safety record airlines have. Any passenger paying operation should be afforded the same safety as that.
On Wall Street today, stocks ended up. You're listening to ABC News.
For many of us, it's happening. Your hair is thinning, your crown's disappearing, hair loss.
I didn't even know. God rest those people's souls from the airplane crash. I have to look it up when I get back to where I'm going to and put up a good story on that one. That's sad. That's really sad. So there we go. We got some EMS activity over here, right? And you just seen the fire truck over there. Hopefully this person's okay.
Frequency mode.
You listen to the rest of the news. You listen to some
You
crime.
decide how much, how thick, and where. For your free consultation.
Oh yeah, that's business. See what I mean, Mark? Mark, that's the point. The Bears are a business. If you don't care to keep a business in your city or in your state, that's pretty bad politician.
7383 Adam.
Why, that's for the battery. Make that 19 call on side. Can we get our VIN number?
Think about this.
June, thanks for joining us tonight.
I'll talk about after the news.
A beautiful day it was. Partly sunny skies.
We'll continue this conversation on business.
Well. Comfortable temperatures, a low of 58, low humidity. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up for you at 5:15. But first at 5, days before a trial was set to begin, charges have now been dropped against 2 men suspected in a Chicago firefighter's death. Here's the story from WDBBM's Haley Hansen.
49-year-old Jermaine Pelt died while battling a blaze in the West Pullman neighborhood back in 2023. Investigators later determined the fire was intentionally set. 39-year-old Nicholas Virgil and 49-year-old Anthony Moore had been facing a list of charges in connection with Pelt's death. However,
So he pulls up right to the
prosecutors
back
now
of the
say those
ambulance.
Charges have been dropped.
See that guy?
A statement from the office says,
That dude's
in part, quote,
Central
prosecutors
Asian.
must
He don't know the
exercise
difference.
discretion
See
at
him
every
there?
stage
That's
of the case,
Central Asian guy.
guided by the interests of justice, fairness, and the law. Haley Hansen, News
Maybe
Radio
from
1059
Uzbekistan or
WBBM.
Chicago Mayor
Tajikistan.
Johnson joined Southside community members to break ground on the re-up at 59th and Racine. It's a mixed-use redevelopment project that will transform a long vacant commercial property. Asha Butler is executive director of
He
Range.
pulled up right to the ambulance.
She says
You're not
the
supposed to
Rate
do
Up
that.
project reflects years of organizing.
He doesn't know that.
Having a vision and
Got
hard
that?
work by
That
residents
guy.
who believe
Right
in the
there.
future of the neighborhood.
When we started Rage in 2010, we really just said, you know what? We live in the community. We are our own solution. We can start on our blocks and stabilize our blocks. And everybody starts saying, yeah, I can do that. I can talk to my neighbors. I can purchase vacant property. I can make a pocket park on my
They
block.
don't do that.
Which is vision
They're
for the
all
site
parking
was
in
brought
front
to
of
life
that
in part by a
ambulance. They're not
$2.5
supposed to do
million
that.
grant and support from the Johnson administration through a
They're
neighborhood
all
opportunity
foreigners.
fund grant.
See that?
It's been 14 years since Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, was announced. Now, a
That's
state
why
representative
you've seen
is
Chewy
pushing for more
Garcia.
protections.
At a field hearing in Humboldt Park, several DACA recipients shared what it's been like living in uncertainty, including 27-year-old Kyiv.
I feel as though I have been forced to live with my hands tied, knowing that despite earning a college degree and obtaining a job, I still lack stability in the agency, and that what I've worked for will probably be.
So if they wanted to get in and out of the ambulance, they couldn't, because that guy's blocking it. See that there?
Provide a pathway to citizenship to
See that, right?
dreamers and temporary protected status, or TPS holders. Representative Chewy Garcia is one of several members of Congress leading the effort to get the bill passed.
14 years, there has been some relief, but there's also been
ambulance, bro.
and struggle and persecution, and
Whatever.
this is not enough for our
That's
dreamers.
Chewy, right?
We need to fight for more. We need to have the political courage that generations of politicians did not.
Carolina Garibay.
How about you? You've been in power how long?
Starting next month, the village of Romeoville will be switching to Smart 911 for their emergency alert notifications. Smart 911 has the option for users to fill out additional information like emergency contacts, providers, and pets, which will be sent to first responders if the registered phone number calls 911. Like the current system, Smart 911 will send out alerts about water shutoffs, road closures, and other emergency situations. Residents can sign up by visiting smart911.com. A unique form of food delivery is expanding here in Chicago.
Residents of Chicago's north and west sides are no strangers to tiny robots. William Paul has agreed to plans that will bring Serve Robotics to neighborhoods like Greater Grand Crossing, Inglewood, and Chatham. Serve is one of two companies deploying the food delivery robots in Chicago, which have stirred up a bit of controversy. Some of the machines have crashed through CTA bus shelters, and Alderman Daniel Espada has denied their expansion in the Wicker Park and Logan Square areas. Still, Hall tells Block Club Chicago the move is important, given that the South Side has, quote, long been an afterthought when it comes to technology and innovation. Andy Dane, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
The world of Pokemon will visit Chicago next year.
The Pokemon Company has announced that Chicago will be the new home of the Pokemon North America International Championships. The ever-growing tournament and event will be moving from New Orleans to McCormick Place Convention Center. Pokemon says it will be a thrilling new era of competition for trainers on their journey to become a North America International Champion. The event is a competitive circuit of tournaments where trainers battle for championship points, prizes, and qualifications for the Pokemon World Championships event. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
5:08 now. Traffic and weather together on the 8s.
So let's get back to the talking about business. What Mark was talking about, Ms. D. Doris talking about. Think about this. What's the first thing you heard Brandon Johnson say today? Investing in black something. I don't know what he said. I forgot it already. I don't listen to that guy. He said black investment something something. I don't know what he said. Whatever, man. That's fine. Whatever. But you're losing a legacy team that's worth maybe hundreds of billions of dollars over its lifetime. The Bears have maybe worth hundreds of billions, maybe $1 trillion over the lifetime of the franchise, if you go back, what is it, 100 years? It might be worth $1 trillion now if you add it all up. Add all it up. If you add it all up in an aggregate, right? So think about that. They lost Bloomer Chocolate Factory. That was $1 billion a year business. They lost the New York Stock Exchange was here. And the NYSE was here. It was headquartered here. They just lost them. Citadel just lost them. United lost them. So there's a whole list of them. But here, this is what I want to say. So you heard the mayor say, oh, black, I'm going to invest in this and this and this. Fine, that's good. Yeah, they need investment in certain neighborhoods. They're pretty crappy looking, man. They really, you ain't got stores. You ain't got no services. You ain't got nothing, man. I get it. Hey, to do it, fix it. That you're black, that's a black neighborhood. You want to fix it, fix it. Go ahead. That you want that as your agenda, and there's nothing wrong with that. I applaud that. I don't see that as racist. I see that as someone taking care of his people. There's nothing wrong with that. If he was a Greek mayor, if he was an Italian mayor, if he was an Irish mayor, if he was a Polish mayor, right? Whatever mayor it is, he's going to look out for his people. First of all, his people probably elected him or helped elect him. In Brandon's case, it was kind of a manipulation. But whatever. We'll talk about that another day when election time comes along. But here's the point. So you talk about equity. And you talk about investment, but yet you're losing businesses. Those two don't go together. So you don't know what you're doing. That's the problem with Brandon. That's why I say, if you think it's going to get any better, it's not. And there you go. They're preaching over here, right? They're all over downtown. See that there? The preachers are all over. See that there? There you go. I like those guys. That's what I like, preaching. So, if you're talking about equity, investments, equality, opportunity, investments, whatever buzzword you're using, right? But you're losing a franchise that's one of the first football teams in the world. You're silly. You lose Bloomer Chocolate Factory, which was making $1 billion out of that little space. Out of that little space, you're doing $1 billion a year generating business. $1 billion. $1 billion out of that Bloomer's Chocolate Factory where all the drug addicts hang out. There, over there. That place. The place where they said they were going to shoot me. That's when I stopped going over there. Should I keep going down the list? So how do you talk equity and how do you talk investment when companies are leaving? If you can't keep the company here, how are you going to attract new companies? You can't. That doesn't even make a sense. It's bizarre. And he's blowing money on these side gigs or whatever stuff he's building. I don't know what incubator. I don't know what you're doing building an incubator or whatever, some business hub. So he's building a business hub where there's no businesses. Well, why don't you just build the business? See what I'm talking about? The scams he's doing? It's a scam. When you look at it from a macro view, when a wide lens, you say, this dude's a scam artist. He's losing businesses, talking about we got to spend more money in black neighborhoods, and then he builds some business incubator that isn't even a business. Using tax dollars and tips. That's not no business. You know what a business is? SpaceX. SpaceX is a business. That's a business. That's worth $1 trillion a day. A guy built it, right? Who built it? Elon Musk. The first trillionaire is an African. That's funny, right? Did you guys know that? Yeah, he's African. Everybody knows Elon Musk is African American, right? Yeah, he is. But that's the way you gotta think. You gotta get past, that's what I always tell you, right? About the parking. Right? It's what I always say about this parking. People will say all kinds of things. They get on the TV, these influencers, these flim-flam man, zigzaggers, whatever other weird stuff they talk about. Well, all you had to do is look. There's no cars here. There's the surface parking is empty. Got that? That's the tell. You don't need nothing else. It's 5:13 p.m. It's June 15, 2026. That's all you have to see. You don't have to see anything else. There's no one here. So if there's no one here, you're not making any money. That's the point. Here, you want to see. So they're losing on the parking meter deal. Right? They're not making money. Maybe we'll make them go bankrupt. Now, maybe that's the plan. I don't know. There's a bunch of people laying out right here. The idea has to be that when you want to invest in neighborhoods, you have to build self-sufficiency, right? You have to build wealth, right? There you go, man. They're all messed up over there. I don't even know. It's getting worse over there, right? How do you lie about how this looks? Why would you lie about it? You know what I mean? And that's what we gotta start like. Look at what Amy is doing right now. What is Amy doing? She's using a broadcast to talk about something so it's better for her and better for everybody around her. She's sharing knowledge. She's sharing something that might make you money. She's sharing. That's what we need to do. That's what Amy is doing. We have to do more of. What Amy is doing. What Amy is doing. We can do that with cars. We can do that with buildings. We can do that with cakes. We can do that with... Are we sharing knowledge or are we sharing ideology? And that's what I keep warning everybody about Brandon Johnson. He doesn't share knowledge. He doesn't share to be better. He doesn't share how to make money. He doesn't provide service. He gets on TV, says we're cleaning the trees. Like, yeah, that's what you should do, and you're late on that stuff, man. And you're like 2-3 days late, and you're out there with a yellow construction hat saying you're cleaning the trees, and that's what we pay for you to do, right? Kind of weird, dude, right? He's saying I'm cleaning the trees when that's his job, right? Kind of weird, right? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Right? There's a whole bunch of guys. There's 2 guys there. There's 4 guys sitting there. There's a white guy there. There's another 2 guys there, right? There's 7-8 dudes sitting there. Right? There's a couple of dudes over there. See that there? Right in front of you there. Right there. There's at least 10 guys out here right now. There's at least 10 right here in this little spot, drug spot. See that guy right there in the pajamas? Right there. What do you think he's doing there? Think he's reading the Bible? So that's what you got to look at. It's exactly what Amy is doing now on our broadcast. She's using the broadcast to share knowledge, to do something that's good and to better herself and others. That's the stuff. And now what you got to do is listen to the mayor, listen to the governor, listen to anybody. Is that what they do? Or do they do like, oh, give me money. I need more money, right? Give me money. Oh, it's Trump's fault. Oh, it's Brandon's fault. It's this fault. It's that fault, right? I don't know. I'm out here on the road showing what's going on. I kind of say what needs to be done. We need to be teaching how to work is what we need to be doing. We need to teach young people how to be self-sufficient. We need to be teaching young people not to make excuses, right? And blame others. Yeah, it don't mean you have to let somebody violate your rights. I ain't talking about letting somebody walk all over you. I ain't saying that. I read the Bible, but I kind of don't believe in turning the other cheek either. Somebody slaps you around and they need to get slapping back. No, I'm a Bible guy, but I'm not that kind of a Bible guy. You kind of get what I'm saying? I can't be a Gandhi guy, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm more of the Malcolm X kind of, like, yeah, I fight for social justice, but if you mess with me, I'm going to mess with you, right? That's kind of my Bible right there, right? But I guess the point I'm trying to say is, well, are we teaching this stuff? Are we teaching this self-sufficiency? Isn't that what it talks about in the Bible too? What is it? Teach a man, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats all day, or every day, right? You kind of get what I'm saying? I don't know if I said that saying right, but you get what I'm trying to say. What are they doing out there? They giving them needles, they giving them pipes. You give them checks and COVID money and whatever other whatnots you're doing out here. And what happens? Then we getting into the space we're at, where people are waiting for the mayor or the governor or the county board president, even the United States president, to give you something, right? You're waiting for someone to give you something because you think you deserve it, right? Because why? Because somebody owes you something. Because somebody harmed you.
How do you want to need a number for gas?
There's court systems for that, but you can wait for a court forever.
Okay, you said you want a Millway?
It's not going to fix anything, you know what I mean?
Okay,
it's pretty empty here, you see that, right? Alright, we're going to move along here a little bit. And they've smashed in that window there. Yeah, it's empty here, see that? It's sad. It's a sad thing to see this. And look, it doesn't... Here, I'll say this. We have all the tools to fix this. Are you going to fix everything all at once today? Absolutely not. This project here, the city project here, that might take 10 to 20 years. I might not be even around when it gets fixed. This part right here in the middle. I'm not talking about the outer parts. But it can be done. We had a great Chicago fire that burned down our city, and we came back a lot stronger.
Sure, you're welcome.
So we can do the same thing. You just have to have the fortitude. You have to have the grit. You got to have the will to do it. And you got to have a little bit of an experience, right? You can't just be talking and saying whatever you want to say and think it's going to happen from magic, right? Let's see what's this about here. So you got police activity here, huh? University. And that's what we need to do. Just like Amy. Share knowledge, something that's useful, something that can help yourself, others, and the people around you. And everybody does their part. If everybody does our part, we can get there.
7341.
7341?
Yes, squad, a number for staying late.
The number is 10206, 10206.
I might shut down early today. We'll see. Depending on the radio calls, but I got to do some paperwork. I got some really important to do some next week, so I have to work on some paperwork. That's probably where I'm going to do. I'm going to start heading towards my place, most likely. Because I need to do this paperwork. I have to write it up, double check it, and then I got to make 3 copies of it and hand it. It's for my court case. So my court case is coming up next week. So the one where I got arrested down here, downtown. I got to prepare for that. I tried to do something and no one answered over there. So I'm going to have to go there in person and do whatever I need to do, right? Always people hanging out at the 7-Eleven and at the convenience stores all the time. It's not even, you don't even need to think about it anymore, right? That's what I see all the time here, right? People hanging out by the convenience stores. Listen to 5:30 News as it comes up, right?
You cut out. Try it again. 79 in array. Your number is going to be 1025 0257.
See, there's no traffic, right? It's 5:30. It's 5:30 in Chicago. I'm going southbound. There's no traffic. But when you put the bike lanes in, it looks like it's crowded. So imagine if this is 2 lanes, it'd be completely empty. Kind of get what the bike lanes do? They create congestion. The illusion of congestion. See that? There's no cars here. There's no cars. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 cars in front of me. That's all there is. There's no cars here. It's in the middle of rush hour.
102-71. 10271. You're welcome.
You got those guys sitting over there doing their thing, right? See that there? All the time by the stores. I don't know what the business model is, right? Yes, maybe I need to sit there and just watch those guys one day. Just pick one corner, like maybe here, and just watch one of these guys, what they actually do. Do they collect money? Do they sell drugs? Do they make connections? What do they do? I don't know what that does.
Can I get a no ad number, please?
My listen to the news, right? 5:30 news.
Your number is southbound of Butterfield Road. Next report's 5:38. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Partly sunny, 75 degrees at 5:29.
Amazon Business. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection.
There you go. There's a whole bunch of people out there. See that there?
So you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com. Symphony Center marks
a lot of people there.
50th anniversary with performances during the month of June to honor the nation's rich and evolving musical landscape. From concerts with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra to soaring moments with solo artists and jazz ensembles, these programs reflect the country's creativity and musical traditions. Get your tickets at cso.org/America250. Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
5:30, good evening. I'm Lisa Fielding. Here are the top stories on News Radio WBBM.
This is Haley Hansen. A Plainfield man has been charged with yelling a racial slur at a child.
Law enforcement in Northwest Indiana is sharing new information about a major gun bust.
This is Nancy Hardy. A far northwest suburban man is charged with threatening a sheriff's deputy.
Plus, a B-52 bomber crashes shortly after takeoff at a U.S. military base in Southern California. Sports, Cubs host the Rockies tonight. Sox off ahead of a series with the Yankees. Same business.
Big gains on Wall Street as the U.S. reaches a deal with Iran. The Dow shooting up 469 points to a new all-time high. The Nasdaq up 795. The S&P up 123. I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg.
75 degrees right now. Partly sunny skies at 5:31. A Plainfield man has been placed on conditional release after this weekend's arrest for allegedly yelling a racial slur at a child.
The DuPage County State's Attorney's Office says 29-year-old Jeffrey Fagenbaum yelled the slur at a 9-year-old in Naperville Saturday after his girlfriend's daughter allegedly damaged a fort the other child was working on. Fagenbaum then pushed the child through his bike as he ran away. He's now facing 2 hate crime charges, along with 1 count each of misdemeanor battery and disorderly conduct. Fagenbaum will next be in court in July. Haley Hansen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The search of a Northwest Indiana home resulted in 1 person being taken into custody and some unusual gun accessories.
A total of 6 firearms and 6 machine gun conversion devices, also known as switches, were found in the home during a recent search by the LaPorte County Sheriff's Office and Drug Task Force. Authorities say it was part of a proactive and ongoing criminal investigation, and that the search resulted in 1 person being arrested. LaPorte County Sheriff Ronald Heeg says the switches, quote, have the potential to dramatically increase the danger posed by firearms in our communities. He also urges residents to report any suspicious activity that could be linked to illegal weapons or potential drug trafficking. Andy Day, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A Woodstock man charged with threatening a sheriff's deputy.
One of the conditions Judge Joel Berg set for Jacob Hanlon's release was that he keep up with his treatment at the Pioneer Center in McHenry. The Northwest Herald reports the 31-year-old was arrested last week for allegedly threatening to hurt a sheriff's deputy with an aerosol can and lighter back in March. The paper says prosecutors argued for keeping him in jail, referring to an order of protection that a relative had against Hanlon last fall, in which the woman said he's often under the control of an alternate persona that he calls the entity or the creature. She dropped the order less than a month later. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Now to California, where emergency crews are responding to a B-52 crash near Edwards Air Force Base this afternoon, believed to be a deadly one. ABC's Luis Martinez has more on what these aircrafts, which were primarily constructed during the 50s and 60s, are used for on these types of bases.
The Edwards Air Force Base there in the Mojave Desert is a key location for both the Air Force and for NASA to test new equipment, new aircraft. And in the past, what they have used are B-52s, both NASA and the Air Force, to carry aloft new test equipment, sometimes new types of missiles, new types of aircraft. It's called a mothership.
The Air Force now says that 8 people aboard that plane are believed to be dead. Appearing with French President Emmanuel Macron at the G7 summit today, President Trump is touting the new peace agreement with Iran.
And the strait is already partially opened. As you know, they're doing a little hunting for a couple of mines that they've already found. But it's essentially ships are starting to go out Now on Friday it'll be completely open.
And there are other issues at hand as the G7 summit gets underway. ABC's Karen Travers has more on that.
For these world leaders that the president's meeting with, it's not just about the Middle East. They're also going to be pushing on the issue of Ukraine and trying to end that conflict and making sure the United States continues to provide support for Ukraine. President Zelensky will be at the G7 on the sidelines. He'll be joining the world leaders for one session. It's not clear yet if he's going to meet one-on-one with the president.
Zelensky is expected to join the talks tomorrow. There's a possible scam involving World Cup tickets.
World Cup fans who bought their tickets online through websites such as StubHub and SeatGeek say they were scammed. More than a dozen people were waiting in line in front of the Atlanta Stadium for the Cape Verde and Spain match, unable to pull up the ticket barcodes. One man spent over $1,400 on tickets almost 6 months ago for his wife and 2 daughters.
And they send me on a seat number and everything. And then after I try to reach out on a barcode, and I could not get it.
Bina Ramroop bought tickets for her grandson's 13th birthday and was also denied entry.
He's just so excited to attend the game, and I thought it was a perfect gift for him at the time. And now that's it. I have to look at his face, and I'm heartbroken.
I'm Lisa Dwyer.
It is 5:36.
At U.S. Waterproofing, when we're called to fix a basement water problem, we get it fixed.
You gotta watch out. There's a lot of online scammers now, man. You gotta be careful. Lots of online scammers. Shame that people rip people off like that. It's sad. And you know, you're buying stuff for your kids or your grandkids, and these people are just scamming people. Yeah, I don't know, man. And people don't care. They're just doing it every day long, and there's no repercussions for it. And that's the problem. There has to be a severe repercussion and a penalty when you do certain things, right? And look, in our country, we get to go to court, right? That's what I'm going to go tonight, right? I'm going to go to home. I'm going to prepare my case. They're going to argue what they believe I did. I'm going to argue what I believe I did, and we'll let the judge decide.
Interest rates on most new Ford models.
That's a bad model, though.
And displaying the marathon on Gulf and Mount Prospect Road is
waiting for a judge to decide. That's not a good thing.
The Gulf on Cicero and 99 is gas for $3.83 a gallon. Coming up.
I'm Mallory Vorbroker. A team effort, including the use of technology in the northwest suburbs, brings a dog safely back home.
That's on the way, but first let's get a check of the roads with Neil Fiorito.
All right, we'll start northwest Indiana this time, Lisa, on I-94. We've been telling you about a crash in Michigan City westbound past US 421. That's gone. All lanes back open again. You're still really heavy from US 20. Delays on both sides of 8094, westbound Burr to Indy Boulevard, and some traffic on the eastbound side you're getting through from the Bishop Ford Freeway over to Burr. Because of roadwork on the toll road, a pretty big delay eastbound passing the West Point Toll Plaza, the Klein Avenue in Hammond. That roadwork in place in the right lane until 7. That is the plan. Looking at the expressways on the Edens outbound, a little slow out the junction, not bad. Coming inbound, you have traffic past the spur ramp to Skokie Boulevard. Heavy then from Dempster to the Kennedy. 45 on your trip in. Kennedy Expressway, 55 minutes. Outbound 42 to O'Hare. On the Eisenhower, getting out to Manheim, 33 minutes. 57 to the Jane Addams. Heavy traffic Racine to First Avenue, and then you have a delay from York to 83, followed by one at Woodfield Road, I-90. Coming inbound on the Eisenhower, an hour 5 from the Jane Addams in, 40 minutes in from Manheim. Stevenson going out to Cicero Avenue, the Midway Airport exit, 28 minutes. 37 to the Tri-State, 50 to the Veterans Tollway, you're 47 inbound. Southside Expressways, the Dan Ryan, 27 out, just 14.
Everybody knows this is going to be the new gyms here, right? Everybody knows that? This is going to be the new gyms right here. Jim's Polish sausage, they're finally kicking him out of Maxwell Street, UIC. It's funny. Again, another legacy business, Jim's Originals, Polish sausage, is being pushed out by UIC. There you go. This is where it's going to be right here. Imagine that. You're the mayor and you allow that to happen. Right? See that there? This is going to be Jim's Original right here. Right, this is where it's going to be at. 24/7. They're going back to 24/7 now because UIC shut them down. They're anti-business over there. They're neoliberals.
75 at O'Hare and Midway right now, 74 in Lake Forest, 75 at the lakefront, going down to 58 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
It is 5:40. A happy ending in the northwest suburbs this morning for a dog that was stuck in a marsh.
The McHenry Township Fire Protection District says around 6 a.m., the Lakemore Police Department requested their assistance to help rescue a dog trapped deep in a marsh along Bay Oaks Drive near O'Shea Court. The dog, a 12-year-old husky named Bandit, had wandered several hundred feet into the marsh and became stranded. Rescuers used a drone to locate the dog and bring him
where a
safely
lady
back to
died
shore.
over the weekend,
Bandit was
right?
reunited
Most
with his
likely an
family.
overdose.
Officials
We'll
say
watch
he's
that
expected to
autopsy,
make a
right?
full recovery. Mallory Forbroker, News Radio.
Look at that, man. They got a lot of tents there,
The
don't they?
Schomburg family hoping to break a Guinness World Record by taking their toddler to every U.S. national park.
The parents of 16-month-old Arya Sharma are on a quest to visit all 63 U.S. national parks by next year. If completed, Arya would be the youngest person to have completed the journey. It all started last year on a trip to Gateway Arch in St. Louis when Arya was just barely 6 weeks old. Since then, she's accompanied her parents to 32 more national parks across 10 states. The family is in the preliminary stages of gathering the necessary information to qualify for a Guinness World Record. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Fox will buy Roku in a deal that companies say will create the third largest player in U.S. television.
Fox Corporation has agreed to buy streaming platform Roku in a cash and stock deal valued at about $22 billion, including debt. The deal will give Fox access to the Roku channel, first-party data, and more than 100 million global streaming households. Fox CEO Lachlan Murdoch says combining the businesses
Somebody
will
giving
bring
out
together
stuff
Fox's
over here.
live news and sports content
Somebody's
with
giving
streaming
out.
platforms with large viewership. The deal is
Somebody's
expected
giving
to
out
close
stuff
in the
here.
first
See
half
that
of
there?
next year.
Watch. You'll see
It still
somebody
needs
giving
approval
stuff
from
out,
Fox
right?
with shareholders and also regulatory approval. I'm Marcela Sanchez.
At the editor's desk today is Patrick Rushman, and later on at Jagannathan. Our writer is Susan Glick. Our assistant producers, Michael Shapaniak and George Ayub. Traffic producer is Anton Peters, and our broadcast managing editor, Zach Weber. We're going to check in with Chris and your sports coming up and your top trending
A
stories.
family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth
Getting
management,
bigger out
tax
there, right?
strategy, and estate planning.
It's getting
Most
bigger.
firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping
getting
everyone
bigger.
stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync.
It's just in the
Because our
crime
team
news.
works together every
Frequency mode. You're welcome.
Let's keep moving.
88 boy. 88 boy. That's the good number Friday, blue line, northbound, order 3407. You going northbound on the blue from where? 10473, 10473.
Good afternoon. Can you please give me a number for a speed mission on Lakeshore Drive?
Your number is going to be 10488.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is where they were filming us last week, remember? I don't know what you're doing filming. I need to do a FOIA request, right? First you gotta do with all the employees. Then you gotta ask for all their records, right? On their phones. Because they were filming us, right? What you got to do. Let's see how much this guy wants for this pickup truck. That's a nice pickup truck there. It's a little older. You got a little rust on the bottom. $6 grand. Man, that's a little too much, though. That's a Chevy, right? It's a nice truck. It's a nice truck there. $6 grand is a little bit too much.
73813.
It's nice because it's smaller. It's not huge. That's a little too much there. That's too much for that truck.
10499. 10499.
And I don't think it's four-wheel drive, right? Looks like there's some kind of drug activity up here today. Let's go see what's going on, right?
Go ahead. 10350. 10350.
It's 5:46 p.m. June 15th, 2026. We're at the 23rd Street shelter. They were filming us here the other day. The workers.
7383 Henry.
Number Jackson, red line.
10376. 10376. 7389 boy.
We're going to be going westbound on a blue line train from Clinton, train car 3208.
10385. 10385.
This used to be packed with migrants here. This is a migrant area. The migrants were dealing drugs, doing prostitution. They were doing all kinds of shit here, right?
Your number is 103.
Why ain't this on the Bluetooth, right? That's strange. Let me get this on the Bluetooth here.
7383 David. Your number is 10410101010. 383.
There you go.
Go ahead.
We're on,
Red line in Chicago.
We're on, right?
10420. 10420.
There you go. Right, that's what you got. That's the shelter there, and that's what you got, right?
83 Henry.
For Jackson, blue line.
Your number is going to be 104.
Charlie 1, we're back up on number report. 341.
Charlie 1, okay. 7341.
The number for State Lake.
is 10439. 10439.
3914.
Go ahead.
389 boy.
7391 boy, go ahead. 89 boy.
Can you get a platform check at Blue Line UIC?
Number is 10447. 10447. Your number is 10544. 10544. Adam. Go ahead.
So what happens when you have drugs around the shelter, right?
From Harlem.
That's what happens. They film me.
Your number is 10459. 10459.
Get two squad, one for Navy Pier, one for Sardine.
There's a cop right here, look.
88 boy.
That's a good number Friday.
You want to see? There's a police officer right here.
Hey, Navy Pier is going to get you 10548. 10548.
There's a police officer right in front of us.
10551.
Right there. So you see somebody laid out on the sidewalk, whatever, and people will say to me, "You don't do nothing. You're the cause of the problem." And there's a cop right there. They seen the dude right there. You see the cop right there? See the cop, right? Everybody sees the cop. It's right there. We pay him or her, whoever's in that car, to take care of that kind of stuff, right? Serve and protect. Protect that guy too, right?
83 Charlie.
They didn't stop.
Your number is
Can't move.
Red Line. Your number is 10560.
There you go.
10560. 89 boy.
Can you get a platform check at Blue Line UIC?
Your number is 10544. 10544.
7.
7327.
Columbia number 4, one for Navy Pier, one for Sardine.
Your number is 10548. 10548. And Jardine is 10551. 10551. Is that 7385 Ida?
See the bicyclist?
It's going to be 10554. 10554.
3340.
7320.
Columbia number for Chicago, Red Line.
See the bike lane there?
Your number is 10564. 10564.
There you go. It's 5:52 p.m. June 15th, 2026. We're southbound on Halstead. That's Archer right in front of us. You see that there? That's the bike lane. See the bike lane there? See the bike lane there? There you go, man. There you go. That's the bike lane. They don't take care of it. No, it's the bike lane. It's got water in it. Did it rain? Look at that road there, man. That road's messed up. See that there? So the road's messed up. The bike lane's messed up. Where's the people who do the bike lanes and the roads and all of that? There you go. You want to see something else? There you go. There's some plywood. They smashed into that store there. See that there? See that there? There's a store that got smashed into. You see that there? See that? So you got bike lanes messed up. You got the road messed up. And you got a store broken into. See that there? There you go. That's your Chicago for you. There you go. Can I show you guys that? There. That gas station was broken into. See that there? That's what you got. That's what you got. There. All in one. That's not even 1 minute of video there. See that there? And the guy talks about investing while the Bears are leaving, right? Maybe he wants everybody to leave so he can resell your property. Like white flight, right? Think about it. Think about it. You might want everybody to leave, right?
73 Lincoln. That number is in the red light state. Your number is 10595.
The number is 10447, 10447. 88 Adam.
Bike lane
road, blue line
the gas station smashed into.
From Harlow.
The perfect picture of what's our city dealing with.
Your number is 10459.
People who don't care just steal every day, asking for money.
You're welcome.
388 boy.
88 boy.
Everything's get a number Friday, blue line northbound, 3407.
You're going northbound on the blue from where? 10473, 10473.
70.
70.
Good afternoon. Can you please give me a number for a speed mission on Lakeshore Drive?
Your number is going to be 10488. 10488.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Charlie 1 to City Wide, we're back up from the vertiport.
Charlie 1, okay. Come for
89 boy.
89 boy.
Can you get a platform check at Blue Line UIC?
Your number is 10544. 10544. Oh.
7.
Number 7.
You get 2 squad, 1 for Navy Pier, 1 for Jardine.
Hey, Navy Pier is going to get you 10548. 10548. And Jardine is 10551. 10551. Is that 7385 Ida?
Can I get a red light check, sir, Mike?
It's going to be 10554. 10554.
3340.
7320.
So let me a number for Chicago, red light.
Your number is 10564. 10564.
383 Lincoln.
83 Lincoln.
That number is in the red light state.
Your number is 10595. 10595. 7383 David.
Well, red light, Garfield 6 post. Can I get that number, please?
10622. 10622.
37 boys.
87 boys.
Can I get a number?
Right, eastbound Roosevelt from Hawker, about 8100.
10628. 10628. 3388 Adam.
88 Adam.
Can I get a number for Blue Line Jefferson Park?
10635.
Repeat that one more time.
Sure, 10635. 10635.
There we go. We're caught up to the radio calls. We'll listen to the 6 o'clock news and we'll run it, shut it down today. I appreciate everybody watching. All right.
Units in 11 in Citywide. We have a person with a gun, 4108 West Van Buren, 4108 West Van Buren. Female caller states that a female black with a gun on another female. The offender was in a black vehicle. No further description of the vehicle. Last thing heading eastbound, Bishop 11 zone 10 clear.
That's 1131 units and 11 in citywide. We have a person with a gun, 4108 West Van Buren, 4108 West Van Buren. Female caller states that a female black with a gun on another female. The offender was in a black vehicle. No further description of the vehicle. Last thing heading to eastbound, District 11 zone 10 clear.
Here's where that car got crushed here. We'll go around and check out the spot.
10667, 10667.
This is 34th and Paulina, right? There's a car got crushed there. A red car got crushed there.
World Cup stage against New Zealand today, though without a good amount of their players forced to stay behind. ESPN's Jeff Carlisle.
That's a big tree. See, if I was running my carpentry shop, I'd come and grab some of that and make some furniture.
Forced to remain at the team's base camp in Tijuana,
That's some
Mexico.
good wood there.
Included in that group that were denied visas is the president of the Iran Football Federation, Mehdi Taj. There's a lot of tension surrounding the denial of visas, and they feel they've been put at a competitive disadvantage compared to other teams in the tournament.
A ticker tape parade set for Thursday for the New York Knicks.
They should get some kids there, man. Let me tell this old man that.
To make sure the parade is safe and to avoid the violence that happened after games 4 and 5.
There were a select number of New Yorkers.
They should get some kids and build some furniture out of that wood. That's really good wood there. That's good wood. They should get the kids to make that stuff out. That's good wood there. Take it easy, my brother. That's really good wood there. See that? Maybe I'll go wrong. See, that's what I would be doing. But hey, that's me. Take something that's a negative and do a positive, right?
On her condition, they say Bonnie is no longer in a coma.
Drop that off at some places. You can make that stuff. You can make benches and tables out of, stools, all of that stuff. You can make, if you wanted to do carving and building, you can do other things. But for the quickest stuff, you can make benches and stools and tables.
Compatible matches based on relationship goals, values, and lifestyle. This June, It's Just Lunch is celebrating its 35th anniversary. Connect with your local matchmaker.
See, that's just how I operate. See, that's what I'm talking about, positive ideas. When you keep asking for money, blaming people, blaming this, I want more, I need more, it's their fault, I want this, and you keep talking about equity, and then yet businesses are leaving every day. Businesses are smashed, bike lanes are underwater, roads are messed up, people getting killed in the afternoon. And then you drive by a nice pile of wood and you're like, what are they doing? They ain't doing nothing. That's what they're doing. That's the point, right? That's the point. That's why I'm going around, right? That's the point. They ain't doing nothing. That's tomorrow's headline. They ain't doing nothing.
6:03 on Monday, June 15th.
That number, Clark in Division Red Light, please.
Hand Sanders for joining us tonight. It is 74 degrees along Chicago's lakefront, still lots of sunshine across the area. We will start to see some clouds as we head deeper into tonight. Clouds dropping into the 50s.
Okay, this is 34th and Paulina. This tree fell down, smashed the car over there. What I was saying is, why don't they use that? Give it to a bunch of kids or a park or something and use that wood. Look at that wood. That's really nice wood there. See that there? You can build some cool stuff out of that. That's some really good wood there. That's some really good wood. Yeah, but I don't think the mayor's got that much imagination, does he? SubX.News, 34th and Paulina.
Spearheaded by the community organization, the Resident Association of Greater Englewood, or RAGE, in partnership with the city.
Today's groundbreaking, transformational
moment for the Inglewood community.
The business hub will breathe new life into a property that sat vacant for years, creating space for businesses, jobs, and future investment in the neighborhood. Valerie Vorbroker, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The Obamas are in Chicago ahead of this week's opening of the Obama Presidential Center. And, of course, drivers should be prepared for more road closures.
The city expanded traffic restrictions this morning around Jackson Park as preparations continue for Thursday's opening ceremony. The center will then open to the public on Friday. New closures are now in place on stretches of Midway Plaza, Island Avenue, Blackstone, and Cornell, with some remaining in effect through the weekend. Former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle campus over the weekend and met with families in the surrounding community. Officials expect heavier traffic throughout the area. They're urging commuters to consider and metro service instead of driving. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 109 WBBM.
05, a new report says half of voters in suburban who cast ballots in the March primary did so before Election Day.
Turnout was just under 23% registered voters in suburban Cook County, according to the Cook County Clerk's Office. The top 10 precincts for turnout were in areas with congressional races, says Deputy Clerk of Elections Edmund Michalowski.
Certainly, Evanston Township came in extremely high.
9 out of the top 10 were in Evanston. The other was in Oak Park. Michalowski says they were testing the barcode on the outside of vote-by-mail envelopes to speed up the process of matching signatures.
Our phone to get any, requests we want. It's very unnerving when people just wait around for a week or 2 weeks to get election results.
The clerk says mail voting increased more than 31% compared to gubernatorial for years ago, and early voting rose nearly 57%. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A Plainfield man has been released from custody on electronic after a racial slur at a child over the weekend. 29-year-old Jeffrey Fagenbaum is charged with 2 counts of hate crime, misdemeanor battery, and disorderly conduct following Saturday's incident in Naperville. The DuPage County State's Attorney's Office claims Fagenbaum not only yelled the slur at a 9-year-old boy, but also pushed him and threw his bike. Fagenbaum back in court next month. Months after a surprising diagnosis and unique procedure, a University of Illinois basketball player says he's ready to get back out on the court.
Fighting Illini forward Jason Jackson says his left arm wasn't feeling right in late January, but things escalated when that arm became discolored and enlarged during a practice.
Coach was like, yeah, we need to get this looked at.
An ultrasound the next day revealed Jackson had a blood clot, a result of venous thoracic outlet syndrome. The season was over. Northwestern medicine surgeons explained a procedure that would help by removing the rib closest to his collarbone.
It just was like, how is this going to help me at all? And then the doc explained it to me. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Jackson underwent successful surgery, but doctors say his recovery was even more successful and surprising.
Within a month, I was shooting, doing everything I could besides weightlifting and playing.
He was even cleared to travel with his teammates to the Final Four, and now, thanks to his surgeons, he's gearing up for summer workouts and a new season.
My goal is to get back to the tournament again this year and make it a big run.
Andy Day, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It's 6:08.
There you go. We're about done with our broadcast today.
Can I have a number for Kennedy Blue Line West, please? Thank you for that number 10766.
What we'll do is we'll go around, check out the other down sidewalk streets.
73 Frank. 83 Frank. To my red line, have that number, please.
But think about it. Use your imagination. Think about it. You can use your imagination. It's what Amy was talking about. Use your imagination. 200 years ago, they did things, right? They built things. They moved across continents. They moved across oceans. They had medicines. Do you think they didn't have medicine 100 or 200 years ago? They didn't have two. They built the pyramids. They built pyramids and the Inca, those big places. You don't think we can do that? We have to have the apps and whatever other jibber-jabber scam stuff they're talking about every day, right? We don't need none of that stuff. It's good. It helps us. There's nothing wrong with having apps and electronics and technology. That's good. You should use that to do better. But what do you see? You don't see us getting better. You see us getting worse. You see bad roads. You see bad bike lanes. You see guys passed out on the road. You know, and then you see an opportunity with those trees down. Like, why aren't they using those trees for the kids? So this road's clean. Right. Take something and make a positive out of it. That's all you have to do. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. Figure it out. Get a hammer, get a chisel, get a saw. You don't even need power tools. Now people say, well, that's a liability. People are going to work with tools. No, you just give them hand tools. Yeah, do it with hand tools like they did a couple hundred years ago, right? Don't need a power tool. Now, that's what I just showed. My last video is what? Look at this cool stuff out here, right? It looks like all the streets are clear. So they did a good job. They're clearing. And I mean, that's what the city's supposed to be. That shouldn't be a pat on the back. That should be, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. There's a gang sign over there on that one. There's a gang sign on that garage. Yeah, this is my neighborhood. This is where I stay at. Yeah, all the streets are cleared up. We're going to check over on this side, right? But those are the ideas we need to be thinking about, right?
5018 South May. Female black sister just attacked her. She has a knife. She's wearing green. Nothing further.
And you think about it. You do one little project like that. You drop some wood off with some chisels, even paint. Who knows? I don't even know. Get some people to figure that out. What you can do with that stuff. And guess what? That one kid or that one person you give that positive activity to, that one kid, that one person, that one drug addict, whatever, a returning citizen, whatever you want to call these, whatever's going on in our city, guess what? That might create a new Elon Musk. That might create a new Bill Gates. You can argue you don't like them or something. Or a new Donald Trump. Or a new Dana White. Whatever it is. These guys, these are big guys that have big ideas, right? That one thing that you do with somebody, that one positive activity, give them some chance, give them some hope, give them some vision, give them something to look forward to, give them something they can do on their own, a project where they can build something using their mind in their hands. That might be that next person that invents what? A cure for something. Marie Curie, right? Female. In a male-dominated science stuff in the 1900s, Victorian era, right? She invented stuff. There you go. All the streets are clear. There you go. Woo-hoo. I videotape good stuff. There you go. This is where that guy's car got crushed right there. Yeah, that's a shame there. See, that guy's got, and then there was a truck behind him, right? I think that one got hit by, see that one got hit by lightning. I think that one. So all the streets got cleared in McKinley Park. There you go, right? Did you see that one? That one got crushed there. That's a Thunderbird there, man. It's a nice car, right? I think that tree got hit by lightning there. We're at 36th and Hamilton. We checked all the streets that were blocked last week from the storms. They're all cleared. This is a sad scene. That's a nice older Thunderbird there. Got crushed, and I think that tree got hit by lightning. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Right there. See that there? It's a nice car. Got crushed there. Again, 36th and Hamilton here. Oh, man. And that's sad. It looks like it's a disabled car. So that might be the guy's only way to get around. There you go. SubX.News. But the story is that all the streets got cleared. There you go. I think that one got hit by lightning, right? It looks like that branch there, that one that crushed that car. Yeah, but it looked like lightning hit that one. They cleared all the streets. I'm checking all the streets, so take it easy, brother. Be safe. Alrighty, we're gonna call it a wrap today. Thanks for watching. I might do some other stuff tonight, but I got paperwork. I have to do this paperwork. I'm done. I'm down to the wire now. I gotta do the paperwork. That's our local park there, right? So they did a good job. They cleared all the streets, which is good. That's the way the city should operate. Could have done a little bit faster, yeah. Oh well, that's the way life goes. But it's done, so that's the main thing. I think a couple of years ago, it was really bad. It lasted a few days. They didn't clear out the stuff. It was really bad. So they're good. They're good. They're doing a little better. I mean, that's a basic service of the city. I mean, that shouldn't be a pat on the back there. That should be that's what you're supposed to be doing, right? They got a little more cleaning to do, but it is what it is. The main thing is that people can go back and forth to work. It's kind of like we started the video off. That's your first priority. It shouldn't be your second, third, or fifth, and you shouldn't be on TV talking about what you're going to do and look at all this good work you're doing. If you're the city and you're collecting taxes from the residents, then you should clear the streets so they can go to work. If you're the city and the bears want to leave, you should figure out how to keep them because they're paying the taxes and keeping work here. You see where I'm going with? That's the only thing that the city needs to do. Provide services and keep businesses here and bring more business here. And we're not doing that good on those. We're not doing that good on either one of them. They're now doing some more services because why? Because it's election time. It happens every election cycle. You'll see them doing IDOT stuff, cleaning the roads and all of these things, repaving. They do it every election cycle. They'll do it. Now they're cracking down on some crime. They're putting a police downtown, you know, trying to do some things. But you can't stop something that you let go for many years. It's like me and my car. I have rust all over my car. I have a bunch of broken things on it. I don't have no money right now. And guess what? I can't fix everything all at once. I have to do it piece by piece now. I have to save my money. I have to make a list, prioritize what I need to do, and go forward, right? That's what I need to do. Have somebody like that that's in power, right? One, because he's never had a real job in his lifetime. Never had a job. That guy's been in politics since he's been 18. That guy's been in politics since he's been a teenager. Look at his record. He's not some guy that never been in politics. He's been in politics most of his life. That's all he's ever done. So he doesn't understand what it is to create something, to build something on his own, right? To be self-sufficient, to be self-reliant, to have a vision, right? He doesn't understand those conceptualizations, right? And that's what we need to watch out for. The next time we have an election, you need to elect somebody that has that type of a vision, right? That has a track record of building stuff, whether it's good or bad. I mean, look at President Trump. He's got felonies. He talks weird. He does all kinds of things. But you can go look. He has buildings with his names on them. He has businesses. Some failed, some more successful. But you can see what he's done, right? You can see what he's done. And my view of Brandon Johnson is you shouldn't leave him in power until the next election. If he's in power until next election and he runs, he's gonna win. Look at LA. Look at LA. Look at LA. They figured out how to steal that election. That's a stolen election. She got 40,000 votes overnight. All the votes went to her. That was miraculous, wasn't it? It doesn't even fit the statistical pattern. It's bizarre. They cheat so brazenly, it's unbelievable. And the same thing will happen with Brandon Johnson. If he runs for election, he will win. Trust me. He's going to figure it out. He's going to pay off vendors and workers and do all these projects. He's going to either threaten employees of the city and the surrounding areas and say, look, if I lose, you're going to lose your jobs. He's going to say Trump will steal your job. He'll say some weird stuff. You'll see, he'll say, if I'm not elected, you're going to lose what you have. They're going to steal it from you. That's what he's going to say. You'll see, mark my words. I said this about ShotSpotter. Before they shut down ShotSpotter, I said 6 months after they shut down ShotSpotter, they're going to say crime is down. 6 months to the date they did it. Trust me. From now until the election, this is what Brandon's going to say. And he's having these meetings inside of these offices in the city, in CPS, in C2. All these people are now getting their marching orders. And this is going to be the messaging. If Brandon loses, you're going to lose your job. Do you like your easy job? You don't have to arrest criminals. Hey, police officer, did you have to arrest anybody? No, you can let them smash your front windshield and you don't have to arrest them. Teachers, did you like the $1 billion contract I gave you? Well, look, if I'm the mayor the next 4 more years, I'll get you another $1 billion. These are the things they're going to talk about, right? They're going to use scare tactics. I know that because I worked at the union. I know how they operate, right? I know the type of tactics they use to get reelected. So, this is what I want to say. We need to start focusing on the positive, like Amy was talking about the strawberries and that wood that's out there. And we need to work together as a community, whether you're in Chicago, whether you're in Florida, whether you're in Georgia or in Atlanta. There was somebody watching from Atlanta or somewhere today, right? Mark, it doesn't matter where we live. We're all in the same boat. We all get up every morning. We all have to shower, eat, and go out and do something. Whether you work or not, it doesn't mean anything. But we have to do something. And let's do something. Let's make some change, okay? That's all I got for today. It's 6:21 p.m. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's a Monday. I might go out tonight. We'll see what happens. But have a good night. It's 6:21 p.m. It's June 15th, 2026. And that's about the end of our show tonight. Thank you very much for watching. SubX.News. On the spot reporting. Appreciate it.